Welcome the students of class 7. We are discussing on the chapter that is fiber to fabric. Now in the previous classes we have known that it is what is silk and the types of silk. Now what is silk? Silk is the fiber that is formed by the silkworm and it is made up of protein. Now the how silk is produced, there is a term that is cocoon. Cocoon is formed by the silkworm at its life stages. Now from the cocoon it is a stepwise method to form the silk fiber. Now today we know that what is the life cycle of silkworm, that is the laying of eggs, and from laying of eggs it is a definite condition, the temperature, the humidity, and then it is lay eggs, and after the laying of eggs it is the formation of the pupa, formation of the larva. It is also known as caterpillar or the silkworm, and from the silkworm after a laying of 25 to 30 days it is the formation of the silk, that is the pupa stage, and there is a change, that is the vital period at the pupa stage. Here the silk moth or the silkworm make or starts to form a layer outside of its body by using the protein secretion from its mouth, and it is as it is grows up, or as the secretion from the mouth is covered the body, it becomes a hard mass, and this hard mass is known as cocoon. Now from the cocoon we generate the silk. So the cocoon is the raw materials to make the silk fiber or the silk cloth. And next one stage, it is the how processing of silk is done. So processing of silk is known as reeling of silk. Here it is the maximum use of machine. First of all, the heap of the cocoons is taken or collected, and then it is reserved, and then when the times come, then it is heated, or it is boiled, or it is steamed, so that the fibers are loosened out. Then the fibers are loosened out, then it is separated by a machine, and this machine is, or the process of this is known as reeling of silk, and the machine separates the every fiber from the cocoon. Depending on the silkworm, there are different colors of cocoon is formed, which is of golden color, and which is of that of the fibers like the jute, etc. Now we have to know the rearing of silkworm. Rearing of silkworm, that is, we know this, that is the rearing of silkworm. Follow rearing of silkworm. So first of all it is the laying of eggs. Then eggs is maintained at a definite condition, that means a good humid temperature, humidity and temperature, and when the mulberry leaves are grown up, then it is heated to produce the silkworm or larva. Now the silkworm lives on the plant of the mulberry leaves. Then it is kept at a bucket of bamboo bucket, and where it is given the mulberry leaves, and the silkworm takes a large amount of mulberry leaves and grown up very fast. Then it, after 25 to 30 days it stops eating. After 25 to 30 days it stops eating and goes to the pupa state, and at the pupa state it will produce the cocoon state. At pupa state it will produce cocoon state. So cocoon is the protein fiber which is secreted from the mouth of the pupa, and the last development is inside the cocoon. Inside the cocoon the silk moth develops. So this is the life cycle of the silkworm, that is laying of eggs, heated, produce silkworm or larva, and then it lives on mulberry leaves, and after 25 to 30 days it makes pupa, and then from the pupa which is the formation of cocoon, that is a cocoon, and inside the cocoon it is the complete production of complete generation of the silk moth. Next one, what is silk root? Now here is a myth, that means the first silk was generated or cultivated in the China. Now silk root is the it is a term. Now the concept of production of silk or the cultivation of the sericulture comes from the China to the other countries. Now it is a myth that China or grows the silk moth or the sericulture for thousands of time, and it becomes a secret to others. Now when the businessman or the pilgrimage from the other country goes to China, they invented it and keep it for their country. And this route, that means the route of the passengers from the other country to the China or the businessman, is known as silk route. So silk route is very important. And what is the life cycle of the silkworm or rearing of silkworm? Then processing of silk. So we can represent the processing of silk by a cycle, that is, first of all should take cocoon, then cocoon is heated or boiled, then fibers are loosened out, and then it is the reeling. That means the fibers which is getting out is collected and reeled by a reeling is done by machine, and then it is spinning to silk fibers, and then oven to make silk cloth. So this is from cocoon to silk. So it is the complete cycle of cocoon to silk. On the next day, we will discuss on the exercise question from your NCERT textbook. Thank you.